find her. She's running, she's hiding. She didn't get her Happy Meal or her fish sandwich or her chocolate shake or her sweet tea, but she managed to get herself into a lot of McTrouble. Now, I want to tell Tianis, when she comes to jail, we don't have any McDonald's. That's right. And we're not going to give her any golden arches, but we are going to give her a pair of silver handcuffs. And then when she eats, there are no wonderful chocolate milkshakes, no sweet tea, and no Sprite. We'll have this for y'all. Help us locate her. Call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-226-TIPS, and you can make money just by helping us find this lady who went McCrazy for no McReason.
She paid ahead of time?
She had paid.
Hold on. Wait. So you mean to tell me she paid for this? They got it wrong. Said, okay, go ahead and park. We're going to get your order for you correctly. And she still went in there and acted a fool?
They offered to give her her money back. That didn't satisfy her.
So she didn't want her money back. She didn't want them to correct the food. So what was it that she wanted?
She was just out of control. Now, why did she do this? We don't know. But we're going to ask her just as soon as we arrest her, and we're going to do that sooner rather than later with your help.
Is she from Lakeland?
She is from Lakeland. Her mother was in the parking lot. Her sister was in the parking lot. Her mother and sister were totally cooperative. They were mortified about the entire event. And at the end of the day, Tianis is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Can you explain, Sheriff, what elevated this from just a customer tantrum breakdown of inside criminal program?
Sure.
What made that decision?
First off, when burglary is not just breaking into a place, it's remaining after you're asked to leave and committing a crime.
The definition of a burglary of a dwelling, structure, or conveyance. The defendant enters a dwelling, structure, or conveyance owned or in possession of another person, and at the time of entering, the defendant had the intent to commit an offense in the dwelling, structure, or conveyance. The defendant lawfully enters a dwelling, structure, or conveyance with permission or consent and remains inside with the intent to commit an offense, or after permission to remain inside has been withdrawn and with the intent to commit an offense, or with the intent to commit or attempt to commit a forcible felony inside. Meaning of structure or conveyance. The term structure means a building of any kind, either temporary or permanent, which has a roof over it. The term conveyance is defined as a motor vehicle of any kind, a ship, vessel, railroad vehicle, or any car or trailer, aircraft, or sleeping vehicle. Meaning of a dwelling. The term dwelling is defined as a building of any kind, whether such building is temporary or permanent, mobile or immobile, which has a roof over it and is designed to be accompanied by people lodging therein at night, together with enclosed space of ground and outer buildings immediately surrounding it. A defendant's entry into a building, structure, or conveyance need not involve his or her entire body. The crime of complete if the defendant with the intent to commit a crime extends any part of his or her body into the building or the vehicle. Interference of criminal intent. where suspect enters or attempts to enter a dwelling, conveyance, or structure stealthily, a jury is entitled to infer that the suspect's actions were undertaken with criminal intent. Now, wow, ain't that something? If you enter a dwelling just a little suspicious looking, the jury is able to just say, hey, you were doing that with criminal intent. That's crazy. Penalties for burglary in Florida depend on the facts and circumstances of the offense. So with any other state, I believe there's first degree, second degree, and third degree. Burglary as a first-degree felony can have penalties up to life in prison. Burglary as a second-degree felony can have penalties up to 15 years in prison or 15 years of probation and a $10,000 fine. Burglary as a third-degree felony can have penalties up to 5 years in prison or 5 years of probation and a $5,000 fine.
So she went from the customer area to the private area to the employee area. There's pieces of this you don't see where she hit the employees with the cups and with other items as she was going through her tantrum. And once again, the whole event's about 10 minutes long. But it all started, and they're telling her, lady, we'll fix your order. We'll fix your order. And you saw her become more elevated. I would like to tell you that's symptomatic of being on drugs, but I don't know that. Maybe she is just hot-headed all the time. So anyway, she's in jail or going to jail, and she's going to pay a price for disrupting the store, because the whole store ended up having to shut down to clean up and to be interviewed by our detectives and deputies.
Again, the specific charges she'd be looking at, right?
Yeah, she's looking at, it's in the press release, first burglary of with a assault, and I think they have her charged with trespass and criminal mischief. She just went nuts.
If the mom and sister were in the lot with her, did they say where they had been, give any indication, like what may have been a possible trigger for her about this order?
No, they didn't say anything like that. But they were cooperative, and we appreciate that they tried to calm the situation down. But there was no calming her down. She was in a McRage.
Did she leave on foot?
No, they took her in the car and left her with her. And then some boyfriend or something was supposed to have picked her up. And along the way, we got a phone call that said, oh, we're from Rubenstein Law. Do you have any warrants? And so we called that number back, and nobody from Rubenstein Law wanted to talk to us. So I don't think they call people from Rubenstein Law. I just think that was a ruse to see how much trouble she was in. But at the end of the day, she is in trouble, and she's going to jail. And there's one thing that you need to understand in Polk County. We don't put up with that McJunk. It's not happening. We're going to put you in jail, and we're going to enjoy it. And we don't have any drive-through service either. You know, it's like a one-way trip at the county jail. All right? No one was injured. We had a couple of scratches and that sort of thing, but no significant injuries, thank goodness.
This is a crazy call to 911, but I'm just wondering what percentage of calls, if you know, off the top of your head, are just wacky and clogging up the system?
Well, and once we investigate this, she may pick up calls about false report to 911 as well, because you don't call 911 because your order at a fast food restaurant has been messed up.
So now let's listen to the infamous "my order's wrong" 911 call.
Yes, I'm at McDonald's. I'm 5 months pregnant. These people don't know how to run a McDonald's. I done came came to the drive-thru. No, come on. I want my money. They trying to cheat me out my money. I want my money. I'm not going nowhere. The police will have to get here.
Honey, I have it, honey. Thank you, dear.
Come on, I'm going to take the money. We go go. Girl, this ain't your song. Shut up. No. They still work here if they don't know how to run no business. And that's as simple as that. I don't give a about no police. Talking about she can't serve me. I gotta get my back or my cheeseburger, my money. That's my one. She paid for her food. What's the problem? Or my cheeseburger, my money. That's my one.
Hey y'all, please take this time to hit that like button. We got to get those likes up, get all these stories around. And while you're at it, make sure you go ahead and comment. Who do you think did it better? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
But we get those calls from time to time. But there's further investigation to do. Once again, this happened last evening, Thursday evening, and we don't have her in custody yet. And the detectives have been working that case and other cases, so they'll grab all of the 911 calls, and she very well can be facing additional charges before this is over. Okay? All right, everyone.
Hey guys, just to update you, on May 20th, 2022, at approximately 10 p.m., Miss Jones was arrested. In addition to the charges mentioned by Sheriff Grady Judd, Miss Jones was also charged with misuse of 911 for calling during an incident with no emergency existing. So now this probably concerned her as a learning lesson as to others making calls to 911 when there is not a life in need. So I'll be here to update you on the latest and the greatest. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell so you stay up to date on any and everything I got coming through the channel. And if you haven't done so yet, hit that like button. We gotta get these likes up, y'all. Love you. It's the free way to support me. Bye-bye.